Hey everyone, Coach here. Welcome to Cheese Police 2022. And today is time to bring ontology to technology justice once and for all. A disclaimer. Morphology is a cool tool with potential. But has been treated like it's the holy grail is not. Especially by two individuals. Quiz Gambit Boxes 12. And other committed type which want to all cost make it to be Dolly Grail when it's not so. When I naughty said that the tool has several flows, several specific limitations and legal visits all over the web. They didn't like it. And they tried to wrap me off recently. They did the pathetic weak attempt by spreading misinformation about me. Aber did so currently in the Discord of Cognitive Type. And then Axis 12 clowns Gambit publicly on YouTube, suggesting an absolutely laughable typing of "esps" for yours truly. Ha 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 h ha 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 ha. Are you serious? Not in a trillion-year chance of me being extroverted possession lead. Anyone thinking for me extroverted sensing base is fucking insane. I'm an omnivert swinging from a very introverted default to acting very extrovertish. At times that's what trolled them into thinking esp, because in that video I was adding very extrovertish. And these two streams are connected by a double jotting modality. I have an eye hypnotic eyes with a bit of acid sharpness that is both. Perceptions are conscious. And they are identical to Aubrey Plaza. She is a polarized it J. Anaeac. System U7C Season 3 SP6. Notice that when 8 is in the true type, the sharpness in the eyes is increased. And both me and Aubrey Plaza have 8 in the 3 type. Check the amazing work about cutting forward about 3 type also. Access tried to correlate Socialix to U101 in that video. But as I mentioned before, Socionics and U are two different reams. So for example there I'm a logical intuitive inter team 2 do mostly 2 main anagram for W6 int. For W6 tend to score as logical into the inter time, whereas int J feather before is intuitive logical inter team. Different definition of function for you. And it will be a key factor to the conversion, so yeah, different regards. I will leave in the description the following links as exhibits. 1. The toxicity of Axis 12, in which I exposed his pathological lying. Queen's Gambit has done some rather toxic and unacceptable things. Art, I gave you a way out of that. Because basically I was an extroverted feeling way out I had given for people to understand. Given Art 24 hours to join me in a voice chat to submit a video. I knew he wasn't going to do that. Because he didn't feel comfortable submitting a video, that's fine, but he won't even compromise enjoying a voice chat. I've never even talked to this guy once. He's done a lot of suspicious things already. He's done some undermining things already. Okay, in his own server. I don't know if I can trust him, and this was the whole point, was that I was having some issues with a bunch of people, and it just brought things into question, and maybe I was projecting a bit onto Art. But I said, listen, I need you to compromise, I need you to just join me in voice chat. He refused to do that. Like I said, I'm giving you 24 hours to basically prove to me who you are. He doesn't want to budge. So I thought about it, and I was like, I'll just try to smooth this over, and I'll give him a way out. So I sent a to everyone Art, and I had a nice voice chat last night. Happy we could come to a compromise. Multiple people liked it, but Artem couldn't accept this as an act of good faith on My part. Wow. It's interesting he's still trying to spin it, so basically he lied and said he voice chatted with this guy and everything was fine and a bunch of people liked it, and then the guy's like, "Oh no, we didn't voice chat, I refuse to voice chat with you, what are you talking about?" And now he's trying to say, and for some reason __art didn't like that. Wow. Fluffy attitudes in the community. And his real personalities is an analophi. NFJFVTE NI CSW5 SOSP CSA4 NNRFE Ethical Intuitive Astra Team NI Clause. Gambit is very obvious on my intuitive assessment capabilities because I don't need these tools. App cards rapports and now tries to make me look bad in any way possible, and I make you notice that he even tried to do so on personality database, but I was able to immediately stop his plan. Chew is the link to the definition of estrogen by Carl Jung, specifically to the portion in which I describe it, my experience with extroverted sensing. So you can see that there is no way in hell of me being extroverted sensingly, as well as free being a link to an Instagram post, which content has been leaked all over the community to call upon out on his lies and on his unhealthy attitudes in dealing with Mandarin people. So it wasn't a good attack. Close game with a clown's animal. You're both pathetically weak. You are clowns. And you are pissed off with a bit of both of your asses. S5. The video by Talking with Famous People about Queen's garbage weakness. And 6 is a video about the drama between Auburn and Calypso. This is the end of the disclaimer, and now we can move to the juicy part. First of all, Carl Jung never intended to make any physiognomy system. As stated by Carl Jung himself, my typology is not in any sense to stick labels on people at first sight. It is not a physiognomy and not in a drop of logical system, but the critical psychology dealing with organization and the limitation of psychic processes that can be shown to be typical. Carl Gustav Jung was what? Carl Gustav Jung was also an NI dumb. He was an INFJ specifically. And he also noticed that trying to link directly personality to physiognomy doesn't work. It's about the archetypes. It's not about how you move your hand or stuff like that. Notice without no saying that there are some partners, for example Neebi's user, we tend to have an eye planting case, but it shouldn't be the soil criterion to type in someone, and you should see the person in the different context. If you want to really type someone accurately, now we can move to Pintro Pukyuki, a fellow Phalionite base. Also not deceptive, there are a lot of flaws in voltology, and can let vertology out, especially by remarking how vortology doesn't work properly in neurodivergence. That's why Abundant has been mistreating mentally people try to make, for example, the flat effect, called by Abel has fallen effect, as a logical signal, because Abu knows that voltology doesn't work optimally, neurodivergent, and is lying to you. So I congratulate Pukyai for the good job. I fully support you here, well done. Calling Abundant out on his __3 emotional micro-expression are not vulturological signias, and that's how I was able to notice that Curtis is an SFP. But they couldn't notice it because they mistaken the micro-expression of 6 for being S.I. Any seniors where they aren't noticed. That Curtis later admitted that I was right. And I arrived verb before aba and axis. So, in a nutshell, viewtology is just a tool. Don't overrun on it, or you become a crutch. And now, since the Society of the Rheumatology community started with Auburn and was propagated mostly by Axis 12, assistant was already punished by being sent to another dimension. It's now time to send Albert to another dimension. You will still get credit for but logical seniors, obviously. But to me you are that, and not in a trillion years I will ever collaborate with you at this point. So Germany, your turn. Auburn, Clown Sandoval, is all yours now. Send Auburn, Clown Sandoval to another dimension. You will not be missed. Ha 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 ha.